Hello, doing my first YouTube video. I'm Joe Jackson, Sgt.bassfisher on Instagram. I'm going to put together a super easy, bomb-proof panfish fly. I call it a bug-eyed bluegill killer. It's not an original pattern, because every pattern's been done before. It's a whole bunch of different flies just thrown together in my style. It's quick and it works, and that's all I really need. So I got a size 10 partridge sedge caddis hook. We're going to be using mallard flank and cockhackle. That's from Ewing, and we're going to be using some Solarez colored resin. So what I'm going to do is throw some thread right behind the eye. Some little colored dumbbell eyes I got from Hairline. Throw it right behind the eye because there's no material going in front of it. And then we're just going to go right back down the shank. Get us some mallard flank. I'm using red. Pull off a pretty good amount of it. Line up the tips best you can. And then roll it. So they're going in all directions. Measure it out. I'm going to go about half the shank of a hook. Don't worry about it being messy. We're going to use all of it to build our body. So go back up to the head and just pull those butt section back. Capture it. And we're good to go. Now we're going to get some of our hackle. I'm using grizzly. I pretty much use grizzly for all the colors in this pattern just because it works. It's just giving it movement in the water, not really anything else. So I'm going to put this right behind the eyes. And I want to pull it in front of the eyes. Throw a couple walking wraps behind it, clip off a butt. Then I'm going to whip finish a few times. It's a lot easier if you do hand whips than using a whip finishing tool. I don't know how to use one, so it works for me a lot better. And then we're going to cut our thread off. We won't need it no more. I want to use Dijon mustard resin as soon as I find it. There's chocolate brown. Oh well, I'm just going to use chartreuse. It's awesome anyway. So we're just going to take our resin, throw it on there. Be careful not to get it on the hackle. I really love these colored resins. You can do so much with them, and there's so many colors, and just changing the thread color of your base can change the color of this resin, so it really gives you a lot to work with. So I'm going to coat it real good, and then we'll put the lid back on so that it don't cure while I'm harding this, and then I'll palmer it back wet. What that's going to do is never allow that hackle to break. You want to go side to side with your UV light I'm using a resonator from Solarez just because it gets it done so fast. It's a really high output light. And give it a tug. It's not going anywhere now. Cut it off. And if you want, you can throw some on that exposed thread right between the eyes and on the throat, just to give the fly uniformity. So I really love this fly. I pretty much exclusively use this. It's just because it's quick to tie. It's easy, and if I don't lose it throughout the day, I can continue just catching panfish on it without it falling apart. And don't break my heart when my kids lose them in the trees, or I lose them in the trees, or to a rock. But I tie them in tons of colors. Here's a pink one, well, purple and pink, black and pink, yellow, red, green shirt, green and yellow, green and orange. See, I just got piles of them over here I've been tying. Yellow, gray, and red. They're easy to fish, easy to cast. When they just sink so slow. If you want them to spiral down like that, you can put a cone in front, not a cone, but you can palm your hackle in front of these eyes and cone it backwards, and then do loose wraps, and it'll spiral. I catch a lot of fish that way, but I use a micro swivel from Partridge so that I don't get line twist. So I hope you learned something, and follow me on Instagram, Sgt.bassfisher, and have a good one.